We started here at the ranch about a year and a half ago, and God showed me every day that He is in this, because 2 years ago He brought pure goodness and glory out of a tragic circumstance. Our home burned to the ground and we lost all earthly possessions. It was tragic, and we could have turned from God or blamed God, but He spoke to me more powerful than ever before. You know, there's a author that says all spirituality is about letting go. So my options were to draw into myself or to listen and follow and completely let go. We must learn to let our experiences teach us the habit of grace and God's mercy. When we went to God in prayer and stopped controlling every aspect of our lives, amazing things started to happen. That is when we decided that this hilltop could be a sanctuary to rescue broken hearts. That's why now we call it God's Barn. I've learned to always practice thankfulness and obey during these storms. It's then and only then I feel that you witness God's glory. Children are referred from a lot of different sources. We've taken our time to reach out to the community and educate them in what we're doing here. We're not a therapy writing, it is not medical or psychological, but this is a ministry. And the school systems, CASA, DFACS, all of these organizations as well as individuals are referring to the ranch. And these children they're referring are just broken children. They're the children that fall through the cracks and there's no organization for them. You have organizations for autistic children and handicapped children, but for these children that are just witnessing a really hard time in their lives, there's really nothing out there. So I feel like the horses are reaching these children because they're a vessel of Christ.
As a volunteer, we're here with the students that we work with every week, and the first thing we do is we go to the chore chart and we look and make a decision on what it is we want to do. It might be sweeping the barn, it might be mucking the barn, but there's something in this barn that we have to do to take care of the barn. And then after we do that, we get the opportunity to go work with the horse. And these horses have chosen these children, and so there's a really neat connection with the student and the horses. And then they have time with the horses, and Marie has it set up so that they have to spend a certain number of weeks with the horse before they can ride the horse. So primarily what we do with the student is to, we spend time with the student while they are grooming the horse. Marie teaches them which brushes to use on the horses, how to groom the horse, what you can and can't do, and we're always with them while they're with the horses. And then over time they're allowed a time when she works it out where she has them, lets them ride the horse. But the majority of the time they're grooming the horse, which helps them connect. And these horses are amazing. They are so gentle, and they love the attention. They almost go to sleep sometimes. It's like they get so comfortable with the students, and it's amazing how these children will begin to talk and share about their lives, and it's just, you can just see a sense of peace come over them.
The way the program works is it is one horse, one child, and one mentor. That's very important. The child works with the same mentor and the same horse every week that they come. They're here for an hour to an hour and a half. And we could not do this. This facility would not exist if it were not for our volunteers. We're able to facilitate about 30 children a week right now.
I just want to say that this is an amazing place. When you take young folks that have had problems and you put them with an adult that becomes their buddy and then you mix horses in with that mix, something magical happens. It's just a wonderful way to relate to young folks, and we sure have enjoyed it.
It's joy and happiness and freedom to be able to connect with nature and the animals and have people who really care about who they are and what they really, what they want to do. They can talk to the horses, they can talk to the volunteers, and just be who they are inside.
I received a phone call from a grandmother, and this was an individual referral. And this little boy had just been taken into custody by his grandmother along with his 3 siblings. He was going through a lot of difficult times. At the age of 5, he was diagnosed with cancer. And at the age of 6, he had become suicidal due to the cancer. No interaction with his parents. And this grandmother called me in desperation and said, "What can we do?" And I just thought to myself, this child needs Jesus, and he needs to be here. And he arrived, and we went through our orientation like we always do, and we hit every horse in the pasture. And I get a little nervous because there was no interaction with those horses. And we reached the barn, and I still had a horse by the name of Dee Dee in her stall. And Dee Dee went through some difficult times in her past and was rescued and rehabilitated. And she has quite a story. And I waited and I watched the little boy slowly inch up to the stall door. And she looked and reached her neck out as far as she could reach it. And he would step 2 more steps with just nervous laughter. And the closer he got, the further she reached until their noses were just touching. And he giggled and he completely surrendered and gave in to her. And she wrapped her neck around him as if to say, "It's okay, you're safe, I'm here." We must choose to give God our all. We either live for God or we live for ourselves. So we have chosen to live every day for our faith and give hope to the broken hearts that come up that driveway. God calls us to take up our cross and to follow Him and to give those broken hearts a safe haven. That is what we do here with Whispering Angels Youth Ranch.